I'm reading from a tablet. So when you see me looking away, it's because I'm looking at my tablet. Day 2, the street fair encounter. The morning sun streamed through the curtains of the new Elmira house, painting golden stripes across the boys' room. The wooden floor still smelled faintly of varnish. The walls still carried the emptiness of a house not yet fully lived in. But to Achilles and Adonis, it was already theirs. Achilles stirred first, pulling the blanket tighter under his chin. The faint glow of the nightlight still hummed in the corner, casting soft halos on the wall. Before he even looked towards the window, he pulled the curtain shut with a quick flick, then reached over to make sure the closet door was sealed tight. Only then did he relax, whispering to his twin. He said, "You hear anything last night?" Adonis rolled over, hair sticking in every direction, a smile tugging at his lips, and responded, "Only you snoring, sounding like Papa old car engine." Achilles smirked, but his eyes still flickered towards the shadows that lingered even in the daylight. He loved Mummy's stories, the magic, the danger, the way she made old things sound close enough to touch. But he didn't like the dark or the thought of anything that might be hiding in it. Not that he'd ever admit it, except to Adonis. From downstairs comes Stylo's voice, rolling like a drum beat. "Rise up, my warriors. Today's a big day. Elmira Street Fair. Time to see how the town people them celebrate." The boys bolted upright, the memory of last night's disappearing island story still clinging faintly to their minds. They dreamt of vanishing islands and silverfish, of voices calling from the sea. But today promised something different. Excitement, games, food, and the buzz of a whole community gathering in one place. "Mommy, Daddy say we can go early," Achilles called as they scrambled for their clothes. "I heard there's games, foods, and even books." Delia, Mommy, was already at her dresser, winding a bright head wrap around her hair. Her earrings caught the sunlight, one pair in the shape of Trinidad and Tobago, the other her equal and comparison, Spirit. You could say they made her feel grounded, as if she carried her roots with her no matter where she went. She raised eyebrows at her son. "Rush?" "Yes, we," she said, adjusting her head wrap, "but don't rush me. I'm not stepping out looking like I wake up from a bad dream." At the same time, Stylo appeared in the doorway, already dressed in his jeans and a fitted shirt that showed his wiry frame. His dreadlocks were twisted into a bun at the crown of his head, neat and proud like always. "Remember," he said, his patois thick and warm, "we're going for work and fun. Stay close to the food truck. No wandering off, you hear?" Hannah, eldest of the Johnsons' children, leaned against the banister with her usual smirk. She hadn't chosen to grow locks like her father, but she carried herself with the same presence. "Just don't let them eat too much cotton candy this time," she said. "Last year, they nearly turned green." Antoinette, always with her phone in hand, added, "Don't worry, I'll keep them on camera, documentary style. Johnson's Boys versus Elmira Fair." The twins groaned in unison. Nibby barked from her spot by the back door, tail wagging as if she too wanted to come. "Sorry, girl," Mommy said, giving her a scratch behind the ears. "You got in the house today." By the time they arrived downtown, Elmira was already buzzing. Booths lined both sides of the main street, their canopies snapping in the crisp autumn breeze. Vendors arranged bright scarves, carved wooden toys, glass jars of honey, and trays of homemade fudge. The air shimmered with the scent of caramel corn, grilled sausages, kettle popcorn, and something fried in hot oil that made Delia think of Polori. Oh, Polori. At the fountain, a steel band set up their instrument, catching the sun as the first notes rang clear and bright. Children squealed on a spinning carousel, balloons bobbed above the crowd, and a man in suspended painted faces with tiger stripes and butterflies. Right in the middle of it all sat the Itis, the Johnson's family pride. The food truck gleamed, its mural of a steaming roti plate catching every eye. Above it, bold letters shouted, "Coming soon, grand opening." Now the Johnsons moved like machines. Stylo at the grill, laughing and chatting with anyone who came close. Delia with her apron, dishing pilau and macaroni pie, like a queen serving her court. Hannah taking orders with brisk precision. Antoinette snapping videos, announcing to her phone, day 1 in Elmira, the itis shutting it down already. And the twins, bright-eyed, darting through the fair with flyers. Come try the itis, they shouted. Best Caribbean food in Elmira. People stopped, curious about the accents. Smiling at the twins' energy, some took the flyers politely, others laughed and promised to stop by. And the line in front of the truck kept growing. You see them folks lining up for we macaroni pie, Hannah grin? Because nobody in Elmira ever tastes macaroni pie proper, Delia said, adjusting her apron. We go show them what real flavor is. For a while, it was pure joy, laughter, food, music. The Johnsons were at the heart of it, and Elmira welcomed them. Achilles noticed it first. At the far end of the fair, half in shadow, sat a booth unlike the others. No bright banners, no noise. Just a faded awning and an older man seated behind a table of books. Not shiny new ones, but tomes with frayed edges, cracked spines, and leather that looked as old as river stone. Now, Achilles going to tug Delia's sleeve and say, Mommy, let we go on Mako. To which she laughed. Boy, you're too Mako, but yes, let we see. The vendor looked up as they approached. His skin was deep brown. His features carried hints of Africa, India, and Asia, all at once. His eyes were sharp, but when he smiled, it was with something half hidden. Beautiful earrings, he said softly, nodding to Delia's Trinidadian pair. Are you from the islands? She blinked. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago. How you know? He responded, I've traveled there, he said. The folklore. It's some of the richest I've ever known. He lifted one book from the pile. It cover worn, the lettering almost gone. This one speaks of Papa Boa, Mama Deglo, the Sukuya, the Duen, spirits from the land and sea, not just stories, but warnings. Perhaps it's meant for you. The boys leaned forward eagerly. We know those names, Adonis said. Mommy tell us stories about them. The vendor smiled, extending the book. But before they could touch it, Stylo hand closed over it and say, thank you, firmly. But my family not need the gifts from strangers, especially not no old book with no beginning and no end. Vendor eyes twinkled like he expected it. He bowed slightly, as you wish. By the time they packed up, the Johnsons were exhausted but proud. The fair had been a success. Back at home, Delia unpacked the bags and frowned. Where could it have gone, she muttered. I could have sworn the book ended up with us somehow. They searched every bag, nothing. But here now, Stylo stand up by the car, arms folded. He catch Delia's eye. She say, Pops? Him shrug and him look way. And say, me just dash it way. Me not trust no strange gift from a pitney. Go away. Now Delia sighed but smiled. Then Papa dash it way, she teased, mimicking his patois. The twins groaned, but we wanted to read it. Don't worry, Delia said, brushing their heads. Books come and go, but stories stay. Tonight, I'll tell you one of my own. By bedtime, Achilles made his usual checklist. Curtains pulled, closet door closed, nightlight glowing, door cracked just enough. Adonis teased him, but when it came time to settle in, he slid in the bottom bunk beside his twin. Adonis whispered, I'll watch your back if Dwayne come for me. You watch my back if Mama Deglo show up. Achilles nodded seriously. Deal? They both said, deal. Now Delia settled at the edge of the bed, earrings catching lamplight, voice softening into magic. She said, Crick Crack? And they responded, of course, Monkey break he back for a piece of pomerac. Now this is the story of Mama Deglo. Mommy's voice became the river. The story isn't just any story, she began. This one is true. It happened to your cousin Marlene, down in San Fernando, where the sea and the river meet. The boy's eyes widened. When Mommy said a story was true, it meant. The details came sharper. The kind of story that could slip from dream into life if you weren't careful. See me on the next video.